The African American Heritage Trail, September is Preparedness Month, and Safe Place celebrates 35 years. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and welcome to Lexington Now for the week of September 17th. Mayor Jim Gray was joined by officials from Together Lexington to announce interpretive signage that will be installed to create an African American heritage trail in Lexington.
Our largest project is an investment of $75,000 to create interpretive signage to tell the story of the African American experience in this community. 12 signs located mainly in downtown will help residents and visitors discover Lexington's African American history through a self-guided tour. The people and places featured served a significant role in the advancement of equality. Stories that stretch from slavery through the Jim Crow era to the Black freedom struggle. It's important the full story of Lexington is told. Though they aren't famous, these citizens were far from ordinary. Their extraordinary and selfless acts of courage and leadership should be known and appreciated. Understanding this history, good and bad, will help Lexington understand its past and move together toward its future. I'd also at this time like for the Together Lexington partners to raise their hands so that we can take a moment to thank you for creating these legacy gifts for our community.
What better way to enhance and improve Lexington when we talk about the history of R.C.O. Benjamin, Mary Britton, South Hill. And as you take the tour and read some of these signs, you'll know what these people have done. So the committee worked diligently. We worked with a variety of people, the mayor's office, the CAO, Parks was instrumental in this, engineering. So everyone came in and worked faithfully and diligently to get this done. And I'm just glad to be a part of it. EHI's done a lot of things here in Lexington, but this is one of our most significant things that will leave a lasting legacy. So our thanks go out to everyone that participated, that worked with us, and it's going to be a pleasure. When you see the other signs go up in about the next 2 weeks, you'll get to take a tour and see the rich culture of what Lexington has to offer, inclusive of all this community.
That is what you're going to find when you review all of the other markers that get set out in 2 weeks, I hear. You'll be surprised. There will be things you don't know. And you'll ask, is this true? And yes, it is true. Absolutely. I was the big mouth on the committee. You know, you find things on the internet, and I'd say, can't use that. This is what you say. And fortunately, the committee thought, oh, it's the old lady talking again. They kind of listened. They edited some of my work, but they did listen. So I feel very, very comfortable about what you read will be factual and enlighten your education and encourage you to expand what you have learned and what you already know.
African Americans have a long storied history within the equine industry, and we often celebrate the names of Oliver Lewis and Isaac Murphy, but their impact on this city extends far beyond just one industry. This African American Heritage Interpretive Sign program is a perfect fit into our marketing and promotional efforts as we continue to share the story of Lexington tourism. Visitors and locals will be able to find all this information on our website at www.visitlex.com/AA Heritage Trail. We look forward to working with our community partners to further help share the story of Lexington as a great place to live and visit. Thank you.
You know, when we think about a project like this, and Yvonne, you did such a wonderful job of reminding us, and you have been not the big mouth, but the wise one all along. We thank you because you tell us about our history, a remarkable history, and a challenging history as well. One that informs our present and one that informs our future in significant ways. And that's why we're here today. We're here to inform our future. What you've done too with Courageous Conversations, Together Lexington has done with Courageous Conversations, has helped our city. When we think about doing the right thing, sometimes we also remember that it's what also helps us in prosperity, in moving our city forward. When we are creating a welcoming community, one that recognizes and acknowledges this remarkable history, but also a challenging and tough history, we are saying far beyond our borders that this is an inclusive community, a community that recognizes the value of diversity. And that itself is remarkable.
September is Preparedness Month, and John Bobel of Emergency Management discusses this year's theme and ways to be prepared for disasters.
National Preparedness Month is September. It's September of every year. But each year we have a different theme or a different point of emphasis. And certainly this year, what we're encouraging people to do is to remember that the first 72 is on you. During a community emergency, it's likely that first responders, the fire department, police department, other first responders won't be able to get into your neighborhood unless it's an absolute life-threatening emergency. So we want people to make sure that they've got 72 hours or 3 days worth of water, drinking water, stored away, that they have 72 hours worth of food that's easily prepared. One of the things that's become very popular over the past couple of years is meat that's prepared in foil packets. You can get tuna fish, you can get chicken, along with non-salted crackers. Dried fruit is a good idea. Make sure you get food that you like, because no one wants to eat survival food when you're already stressed during an emergency. Make sure that you have a good first aid kit, stocked properly. If you take medicine for some sort of chronic or ongoing condition, rotate 3 to 5 days worth of medicine in and out of your emergency kit. You don't want to have to look up and find out you're out of insulin if you're a diabetic, or high blood pressure medicine if you have that condition. Certainly other things we want people to do is know how to be aware. Even during a power outage, it's important that you have a battery-operated radio, that you have means to charge your mobile devices, your cell phones. The best way to communicate is through text message. Don't try and make phone calls. It's likely the phone systems as well as the cell phone systems will be overloaded. A text message will go through when a voice message will not. Text messages don't get busy signals. They may be delayed a little bit, but generally speaking, text messages will go through when regular voice messages don't. We want people to get involved with their community, check on their neighbors. That's a very important part of Lexington. You know, as we've seen many, many times when Lexington has been faced with adverse conditions such as the ice storms and blizzards and other situations. People are very, very willing to help each other out. But you have to know your neighbor to check on your neighbor. As soon as you check on yourself and you know that you and your family are okay, we want to make sure that you check on your neighbors. Make sure that they have what they need. And if you can help them, please do. The best thing you can do is to make sure you have a current CPR certificate. Those CPR classes don't take very long, and CPR can save a life, save many lives in fact. Take a first aid course that's offered by the Red Cross. There's also a class called Stop the Bleed. Should there be some sort of event where there is an injury that results in bleeding, when you take the Stop the Bleed course, you know how you can pack that wound or apply a tourniquet, stop the bleeding, and save that life. Here at Lexington Emergency Management, we have our Community Emergency Response Team classes, CERT for short. You can find out more about them on our BeReadyLexington.com website. Also, the Citizens Police Academy, the Citizens Fire Academy, those are all good ways to help the community too. The Lexington Blood Center always needs people who can donate blood. So once a month, once every couple of months, stop by the blood center, give a pint, save a life. That's all part of September being Emergency Preparedness Month in Lexington. And as always, you can find out how to be better prepared at BeReadyLexington.com. And if there is an emergency, that's where you'll get the best information as well.
When we come back, Safe Place celebrates 35 years.
I'm Sergeant Randall Combs with the Lexington Police Traffic Unit. Accessible parking is a valuable and necessary resource for people with disabilities, and that includes the striped area next to accessible parking spots. These are access aisles, and it is illegal to park here, even if you have an accessible parking permit.
Access aisles are necessary for me to get into my vehicle. They are there because many of us need that space to use our ramps or to transfer into a wheelchair. It's frustrating when a car is parked in the access aisle because I don't have room to get into my van.
Police and LexPark are writing tickets when they see vehicles parked in an access aisle, and the fine is $250. Know where and where not to park. Keep the access aisles clear. Thank you and drive safe.
Welcome back to the show, coming to you today from Studio 1A at Lex TV. Safe Place is a national outreach and prevention program for young people under the age of 18 in need of immediate help and safety, and is now celebrating 35 years. Here's more.
My name is Jordan Sauce, and I'm a major with the Lexington Fire Department. I'm over the Community Services Bureau and the Public Information Office, and we spend lots of time in the community. Part of the history of the program is that it started as a national youth outreach and runaway prevention program for young people under the ages of 18 in need of immediate help and safety. It's a community program where youth agencies, local businesses, and local government partner to create a network of places where youth in crisis can get immediate help. The Safe Place community assures that a 24/7 option is available for young people who need help. A little bit of history about the Safe Place program is that it started in Louisville in 1983, and then it began to spread nationally. Lexington didn't start their program until 1987, and in fact a former fire chief, Bob Hendricks, served on their advisory board committee for quite some time. It was initially started by the YMCA, and in fact the Louisville Fire Department served as the first organization to be designated as a Safe Place site. The Safe Place program in Lexington is now coordinated through Arbor Youth Services, which is located downtown on 3rd Street, and it is currently the licensed Safe Place agency for Fayette County. And their phone number is 859-254-2501. The first step is that the youth is going to seek out help, and they're going to arrive at the designated Safe Place location, which is identified by the Safe Place sign that looks like that. Once they make contact with an adult, they're going to tell that adult that they need help or assistance. The adult is going to take the person inside the station, and they're going to find a quiet, comfortable place for the youth to wait, and the adult is going to contact the Safe Place agency, which again is the Arbor Youth Services for Fayette County. The phone line is monitored 24/7, and it's recommended that at least 2 people stay with the youth at all times in the Safe Place location. The Safe Place Agency is going to call the location back and identify the representative that is going to be responding to the Safe Place location to talk with and or possibly transport the youth to the Arbor Youth Services location. Within 20 to 30 minutes or even less, the Safe Place volunteer or staff member will show up and talk with the youth and, if necessary, transport them to the agency for counseling, support, or a place to stay, and any additional resources if necessary. Once at the Safe Place Agency, if that child is transported from the Safe Place location to the Arbor Youth Services, counselors will meet with the youth and provide support, resources, and help. Additionally, family members will also be located, or contacted rather, to let them know that their child is safe. Agency staff will make sure that the youth and their families have the appropriate resources and any help that they might need. With technology advancing, Safe Place has offered many different avenues. Not only is it showing up and calling, but you can also use the program, which is Text for Help, TXT, the number 4, help. And what that means is that a young person can text the word SAFE to 4HELP, which is the number 44357, with their current location, and they will get in return via text message the closest Safe Place location, and if there isn't one within a 50-mile radius, they will get the closest runaway and homeless youth agency shelter that's federally funded within 50 miles. If neither of those two options exist, they will get a text with the National Runaway Safe Hotline, which is 1-800-RUNAWAY, and that's also a 24/7 monitored phone line. And they can text to chat, the number 2 and the word chat, where they can immediately text interactively with a trained counselor. If any company or another place wants to become part of a Safe Place program, can they? And if so, how? The answer would be yes. Interested parties would need to reach out to the Arbor Youth Services if they're located in Fayette County. If they are interested but are located outside of Fayette County, they should contact the National Safe Place Network to find out who their appropriate contact agency would be. Here in Lexington, besides all fire stations, there are other Safe Place locations. Those include YMCA locations such as Beaumont, High Street, and North Lexington. There are 6 branches of the public library that are also included in the Safe Place program. Community Action Council locations, the Salvation Army located on West Main Street. Lex Tran buses are mobile Safe Place sites that can be used. The American Legion Post number 8 located on Man o' War. The Living Arts and Science Center located on North Martin Luther King Boulevard. And lastly, the University of Kentucky Police Department are just some of the few Safe Place locations here in Fayette County.
Having steady, meaningful employment can be a life changer for many people. We talked to a few who have overcome barriers to employment with a little help from our workforce development programs.
Hi, my name is David Jones. I am a field technician through Spectrum. Field technician means that I go and work hands-on with my customers. We go to their housing and we install their equipment. We also help them and educate them in learning more about their equipment and about the company, what we can do for them. My personal goal will be to get to Tech 4 within this year. And after that, I decided I want to take the maintenance route. This whole company has helped me as an individual by just really boosting my confidence, actually putting myself to different kind of limits and different kind of standards that I wasn't even used to. I wasn't sure or even noticeable that I was actually capable of doing what I can do today. So also, I am now able to, I just actually bought my brand new car, and I'm about to move into my new apartment, so I'm really excited about that.
I am responsible for a team of about 85 technicians in the field. We go to the homes, we install the cable, we service the cable. We are the face, basically, of the company with the customers. David came to us via the Urban League. The first time that I think I met her was during the interview process. I think she came through there. She's been great. Obviously, one of the shining stars right now for us coming up.
I came from a cooking background. I had absolutely no clue how to do any of this. Like, I could barely probably use a tool, I could say that. But the people here, they will push you and they would actually set boundaries and set goals for you and help you actually work through things. So even if you think like somebody like me couldn't really do it, no matter what background you come from, no matter where you come from. Anybody can really do this if you really just put your foot forward and actually just trust them and go. It's awesome what you can do.
We have a few meetings on our televised schedule this week to tell you about. A special Government and Social Services Committee meeting, the Environmental and Public Works Committee meeting, and the Council work session, all on Tuesday. These meetings will be live on channel 185 and on our live stream, and you can find any televised meeting archived at lexingtonky.gov/LexTV, or find our other programming here or on YouTube channel LexTV. That's all for this week. Keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter @LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at LexTV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.